Hello, Stuff Banana here, coming to you with another video, but from Hearthstone this time. So, with this, it's a basic card game. I think I'm going to get rid of a 5 mana card, the other 5 mana card, and I'm going to keep that because it's quite useful for when I draw a lot of cards, and with every extra card in my hand, it gains 1 health, so I could end up potentially with it very high. Now, with 1 mana, there's not much you can play, but as the priest, you can play the Norshire Cleric, which is the 1/3, so it's not great for damage, but whenever a minion is healed, that means on any team, I believe, I will draw a card. So if you buff that with something like the Divine Spirit that doubles a minion's health, it can be quite a helpful minion. But I'm not going to use that on that today. I am going to... You see that? I'd kill it. Oh dear, I might have to. Actually, I am going to use it. That gives it a 1/6. I could attack, but it'd be a waste. I'm just going to hit the face. Now, I imagine that he's going to use the Raptor to hit the Norshire Cleric. So because I suppose I could play the Jungle Panther, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to heal. I'm going to heal the Norshire Cleric, which means I'll end up drawing a card. Actually, that card has changed my mind, because Thought Steal, I can steal 2 of his cards, and that was a bad idea because I didn't draw anything good. Well, I can deal 2 damage actually, so I can wipe the board. I can get rid of that. I play the coin and use the Arcane Shot to kill him, and that empties the board. And next turn I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, yeah, 5. I'll be able to add 5 health to that, so that'll become a 4 mana 4/6 card when I play that, unless I draw something better, which I didn't. So I am gonna play the Twilight Drake. That uses all my mana, but it's a 4/6. Now the Oasis Snapjaw's a 4 mana card with a lot of health, but only 2 damage, so I don't really like to use it in my decks. But if you don't have many good cards in the deck, if you don't have many good cards because you're only just starting out, I suppose it's a useful card in some situations. Not in all, but definitely in certain situations it can become a very helpful card for you. This turn 5 mana, I'm going to play the Jungle Panther and the River Crocodile, and I'm going to kill the Timberwolf because that gives all beasts +1. Now you'll see that that's all faded out. Now that's faded out because it's in stealth, which means it can't be attacked by anything other than an AoE spell, which is a spell that damages all minions on the enemy team or all minions on the entire board, or a spell that like that. It can't be targeted by a spell that only deals to 1 minion, but a spell that deals to multiple minions it can be targeted by, which is a pain. But I'm gonna play the Lightspawn, which is another good card because its attack is always equivalent to its health. So if I'd used the Divine Spirit on that, that would have become a 10/10 card. I'm going to use the Mind Blast, which automatically deals damage to the hero, which is annoying, but there's not what I can do about that. Now it was golden, that's just because it looks nicer golden. It doesn't get any extra value because it's gold, it just looks prettier. Now that is very annoying because you can attack with the Oasis Snapjaw now, and the Oasis Snapjaw survived. So he's got quite a lot of value out of the Oasis Snapjaw by killing 2 minions and possibly a 3rd one, depending on what I play next turn. But I think what I'm going to do is 2, 4, 5. Is play Holy Nova, which is an AoE spell, which deals 2 damage to all enemy minions, but heals to 2 health to all friendly minions, but I didn't have any minions out, so it only healed to my hero. So that cleared the board with leaving him only 2 damage on the board. Now, I probably will play the Lord of the Arena next, because it's got a lot of damage, a lot of health, and it's a taunt. Now that is probably, other than the Goldshire Footman, which is commonly known as the Goldshire Shitman, is the best card to have. And he's buffed it to a 4/6, so he's gonna be able to kill. I'm gonna have to play that to delay him. But that probably using the Silverback Patriarch, which you probably will use to hit that, and then I'll just be able to use either the Timberwolf, which he possibly could use, but no, interesting move. He might not use the taunt now, he might use whatever that card is in his hand. Yeah, so now he can, that is a good play. I'm going to award him with a well played. And it is quite possible that I am going to lose the first game of Hearthstone on this channel, but I could bring it back. I mean, I've seen games where people have turned it around and absolutely annihilated, but this it will be a challenge. Let's say that, because he's probably going to use the Storm Pike Commando, which deals 4 damage, or depending on what that card is. Tracking. I'm gonna have to waste that card at some point. The core hat. Oh god, that's not good. I know he's used that. That is a wise move. He's playing well. I think it's safe to say I have lost this game. 7. I cannot kill all those minions. It is impossible. So, saying that, mind control. Could mind control that? 5. No. I'm going to give him a well played, and then I'm going to concede the entire game. But that was only short. That was only about a 3 or 4 minute game. So I'm going to play another game, and I'll see you in the next game. And welcome to the next game. And I have changed my deck to Malfurion the Druid, but he has used the same deck, which could problematic, but I know a few of the cards. Now that obviously is 6 mana, no use to me. 4 mana not really use to me unless I'm dominating the game. The Sun Fury Protector is good, that is no use to me, and that's not really any use to me, so I don't have any minions at all. Claw, yeah, it's not really a great card to have. It's not really a great card to have at the start. It's more useful for getting rid of enemy minions. He's probably just played a decent card. I am going to do that and that. Now, I'm not sure entirely. He could have played Wild Growth, which gives him an extra mana crystal each turn. An Iron Fur Grizzly, that's a good 3 mana card. Easily dealt with. Now you'll see why it's easily dealt with, because I can now play the Claw and this. That gives me 3 damage and 4 armor, so really I didn't get any health damage at all from that, and I'll save that. Now, depending on, he could play a number of things. Not quite sure what he could play at the moment. He played it as Dingo, interesting. I am going to play 4, 5. I'm going to use that to play this, which is a better, more damage but less health. Wasted 1 mana crystal. I would have liked to play Mark of the Wild to give it +2/2, but we'll leave that as it is. So what else is there? A Fen Creep. That is not good for me. Not good at all. That, in fact, that is very, very bad. That is 2 taunts up. So I'm gonna have to kill both of those. That's it. That's I need to somehow manage to clean 11 health off the board before I even think about attacking him. And I only have 5 on the board. Now he's killed himself, which is probably a bad move for him because now I can kill the Fen Creeper and I'll only take a few, maybe 1 damage because I'll probably use my, yeah, definitely that's my play. I'm gonna get rid of this and I'm just gonna use this. So I only actually took 1 damage from that, and then I'm gonna play the Acolyte of Pain, which is a useful card in any kind of deck. Really, I think it works because whenever it takes damage, it draws a card. So even if he can only attack it for 1 every time, that's 3 cards. If you buff it and he attacks it with 2, that's 2 cards. And even if he only does it once, it's always a card draw unless it's silenced. Now that's an interesting play. That is an interesting play, and I'm curious to see what he attacks with this. He's gonna kill. That's a good move. He's going to kill the Acolyte of Pain straight away. Now, that is a very good card. Very good card to use. I am probably actually going to go for the same move. I'm going to armor up and give myself 2 extra attack. I can still play that, so I've still got something on the board. I'd have preferred that as a turn 1 card, but you can't always get what you want in this game. It is luck on what card you draw at what kind of time. Sometimes it can be extremely unlucky, sometimes it can be really lucky. It is impossible to tell. But he's got rid of the Divine Shield and his Shapeshift. Oh, good move. Good. That is a well played move, but he's going to have a lot to deal with next turn because of the Ancient of War. Now, with the Ancient of War, you can either give it 5+ attack or 5+ health and taunt. Now I usually go for the extra health because it's extra health and it takes a lot to get 10 health down. Plus with the 5 damage, not many cards. There's not many cards in the game without buff that can take 5 damage and it not affect how the card is used anymore. So it'll be interesting to see how he plays this. Yeah, you see, it's not really got much he can do with that, by the looks of things. No, he hasn't played anything. Now, I am only going... Well, I could buff it even more, but that possibly could be a waste. In fact, no, it couldn't. I'm going to give it another extra health. And I am going to Mark of the Wild this one. Then I can still play the Raptor. And then next turn, depending on what I draw and depending on how he plays, I can play the Stormwind Champion, if that survives, and give them 2 taunt, which will give me 4 taunts out before, and then he'd have to deal with all 4 taunts before he could even attack me. Which would be an interesting play, but I'm interested to see what he's going to do. Interesting, it gives me more attack. Oh, now that is very well played. That is very well played. And, yep, he said so himself. Now, I'm going to stick with the same play that I originally wanted to go with. And give those taunt. I'm going to use this on him. Wasting that. I'm going to give him a thanks and use that on him. That has 1 health, but it's still got 6 damage and 1 health. So whatever attacks, it's going to take 6 damage. Good play, good play. Now he's going to go for the 6 damage, I believe. He has. That is well played. Now I'm going to have to waste the Stormwind Champion on him, unless... Druid of the Claw, that is a good card. 4 damage. Yep, I'm gonna go with the Charge Cat. Give him that. Oh no, that dies. Miscalculated. The Stormwind Champion, give it an extra 1. Forgot about that. And I'm just going to armour up and give him that. And this looks to be like a promising victory. But with this game, the game can be turned around with one card, especially if he has legendaries. But by the looks of it, he probably would have already played a legendary if he had it in his deck. Again, an interactive... Oh no. They have interactive game bot. Now, I am going to faceless manipulate him, which means that with faceless manipulate, it can copy any card that's already on the board. So no matter what card is on the board, he can make himself hit. They will still keep that card, or you will still keep that card, but you will get 2 of him if he's your minion, and you will get to play with one of his minions, or her minions. You never know when you're playing against a girl, and you seem to see a lot of interesting play when you're playing against, when you see girls on games. I'm not sure why. I suppose it's like many things. Some things are dominated by males and some things aren't. Now this could be an interesting play if he's using 6 mana. I can kill... Ah, the Silver Moon. Well, he conceded, which is a victory to us. So that's 1-1, and I think what I will do is I will play another game, and I will see you in the next game. Hello and welcome to the next game. I have changed my deck again. I am going with a rogue deck this time. I just want to use a different deck every time. Now with this hand, that is useless at this. You always want to keep that for a late game minion, because it kills it when it's on full health. The Assassin's Blade's too much of a late game with its mana. And I'm going to keep the Chilly Wind Yeti, because it's a 4 mana card. Fan of Knives and Gadgets and Auctioneer. They're not great cards to have at this time. Gadgets and Auctioneer, not fantastic to have at this point in time, with it being a fight, and that just makes it worse. 6 mana, this is a very, very difficult hand. Depending on what he has in his hand, I will be very lucky to win. Now, if he attacks me, then, he's attacked me, which is a waste. With a hero weapon, because they have 30 health, you should always save it for a minion in case they play a minion. Now, I haven't played a minion, and depending on what he'll play, he'll probably use that 3-1 on me again to try and kill me as fast as he can. It's probably an aggro warrior. Now, they're very hard to play against because they use low minions and they're always attacking. But it hasn't, which is interesting. I am going to play the Earthen Ring Farseer and restore me with 3 health. So what he did was a waste. I'm going to attack the minion just because I can. You might think that was a waste, but really it wasn't too much of a waste because it needed to lose some health anyway, and I can use the Fan of Knives now to deal 1 damage, and I get a card draw out of it, so I ethically don't lose a card in my hand. Now that's a good play from him. Now I'll have to reconsider my move. I think I'm gonna play the... No, I think I'm gonna stick to the same... Yeah, that's good. And then I can play the coin, and then I get a 3-2 out on the board. So I'm not sure. I'm interested to see what his play is next, because with having a 3-2 out in, he's possibly, it would be helpful to him to deal with it straight away, which is what I'm saying. What I was talking about earlier with the weapon. He used the weapon too early. He could have killed the Bloodfen Raptor with it. Now the Greybash Berserker is a very interesting card because it is a powerful card. I think I will play the... interesting. I am going to play the Shattered Sun Cleric and buff him for this sheer principle that I attack the Greybash Berserker. Yeah, it's enraged, but I'll be able to kill it next turn, and he's probably going to try and focus on the Raptor because it is a 4-1 at the moment. Now, he could have a spell, but I'm not sure on what kind of spells warriors have that could deal with it. That is a very good spell for this kind of situation, and it's not very helpful for me. And that makes it worse. That is very, very bad indeed for me. Now, what do I draw? Shadow Step. Not very useful for me at the moment. I'm going to have to play that, which will kill the 6-3. I'm not going to attack this turn. I'm going to leave that, because, like I said, yeah, with health, you want to be attacking minions, but when you get to sort of 15, you want to start being careful, and with him having a 6-3 out, I want to try and preserve my health, because if I drop myself down to around 17, a 6-3 becomes very powerful to you, and that makes it a worse card, because yeah, that's not very good at all, depending on how he attacks. I think he's going to try and save the Giribash Berserker so he can attack my face with it, but I don't. Yeah, that's good. I can't deal with any of those at the moment. Cold Blood, I don't have a charge. Cold Blood is a good card if you've got something to combo it with. I can combo it with this, giving that 10 damage. So he's going to have to focus on that. Let's see how I'm interested to see how he does with this. He could focus a Stormwind Champion on it, which has exactly enough damage, but it'll die, which means that any minions buffed by it will lose their buff. Unless he has a spell. If he has a spell that or if he has a card with charge, which he doesn't. So I have no idea what he's going to do. He might skip the turn. Interesting. Execute. You see, that's the problem. Sometimes the warrior has good spells, but like that is a good spell, and sometimes you just get an unlucky hand and there's not what you can do about it. I am going to play now. The Gadgets and Auctioneer would be a good card if I had a lot of spells in my hand, but unfortunately I don't. Now, he's 6-5. He has Fatal. Yeah, he has Fatal, which is a shame. Well, that means I'm going to have to concede to him, and I think that's it. I'm going to wrap the video up here. I'd just like to say thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to leave a stealthy like and a cheeky subscription. Thanks. Goodbye.